Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to my my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So yes, this is for you, Cancer. So anybody who is aligns with Cancer in your chart, astrological chart. So what do I mean by that is this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So that maybe you Cancer falls underneath for you. So anyway, where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? That's what I'm hearing. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? But actually, as far as my introduction goes, I am next going to talk about, just remind everybody that these are general reads, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's amazing. That's wonderful. If it's not quite fit, resonating with you, and you're not quite getting it, then there may be check out what your other signs are saying for you. Okay, so I always encourage that, even if it does. So it's really up to you whether you choose to look at a specific area in your chart. So anyway, there we go. So anyway, I kind of lost track. Just I don't always shuffle the cards, but the energy is wanting to get moving. So I kind of feel like that's a little bit like with you, Cancer, there, the energy, your energy, something is saying like, let's get moving. And it's like, not like a rush or a run, but it's like there's a sense of being, prepared for like, so when you can like run when it happens, or walk fast, or get moving, or walk whatever pace it is that that you need to do. But I just kind of feel like, I mean, in the back of my mind, it's like a sense of urgency, but it's not that sort of sense of urgency, but it's like, this is about you, decluttering, whether it's being emotionally, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and or soulfully, whatever it is in whatever area of your life. But it's like there's a sense of being prepared, get prepared, and which means like doing some of this background work, so when the time comes, or as you're sensing the time coming forward, and closer to that time, it's like you'll be more ready to hit the ground running, walking or jogging or whatever it is. But there's some sort of a quicker movement, or there's some sort of movement. So there's that sort of sense of energy that I'm getting for you, Cancer. So and like I said, this is across the board, whether it be in your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign. So for me, Cancer is in my Venus sign. So, I'm just saying that there could be something to do, like, if Cancer is in your Venus sign, there may be something to do with love or friendships, love friendships, or friendship turning into a love, or a new love, or a new love in your relationship with somebody that you're already in a relationship with. There's that new sense of newfound sense of romanticism that within it, that maybe you may have been going through a funny little patch at the moment for one reason or another, and it's like now you're sitting back and you're actually through all of that, you're recognizing, or you're accepting something to do, like your responsibility or your part, or taking responsibility for your part in something that had happened. So it's kind of like, therefore your perspective is changing, and so it's like I feel some of you are more willing to open up and make an effort, or you're willing to work through something, and to allow that to be not pushed aside, but to be released and take its natural course, like, and leaving it in the past, or whatever that is. But there's a beautiful, like, there's some sort of movement in that sense as well for some of you. So anyway, I actually wasn't going to, my intention wasn't to actually start with these cards, so I'm actually going to pull them forward a bit, and there are these cards here that I was wanting to start with, and so I'm just going to go back a little bit. So anyway, remember to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and or a like if these if they resonate with you. So likewise with my Facebook page, some of you are probably more Facebook page followers, but either way, I do encourage subscribing to both social media platforms, just because there are different, obviously, there are different things that come, that are posted on each platform. So solely for that reason, but then you'll be able to connect with with everything, with all sorts of things that I do that are coming up in this near future, and find out where I'm at. And I may be in your area. I'm looking at doing more traveling around the country this year. Obviously overseas it's a little bit challenging at the moment, but hey, there's always online readings and healing sort of energy with the work that I do. So I use the word healings. It's quite a generalized word or term that I use for the work that I do in connecting with people and helping people to shift through things, to understand things. So it's often the reading that I do is healing / readings, with with multiple types of modalities that I have pulled together and using my own healing sequence, you could say, with the information coming through with my guides and helpers and what have you as well, and Tupuna. Okay, so I've just got one more. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Coming out. So that one is connection. So, okay. So what the spread that I'm doing here is, that we're doing it slightly different than have been in the past. So mind, body, spirit, soul, they're going here. So we're going to go, across the board, but also go down, and we'll just see what comes up. So I'm kind of reading them slightly different, and to what I used to or how I normally do. So I'll just roll with it. So yeah. Anyway, what I'm hearing is, basically for you to is just roll with it. Just try not to resist any thing that is, that is coming away. It's like what I'm hearing is resistance as I'm pulling away and staying pulling away, or thinking the negative. So you may pull back a bit, and just in the sense of exploring or having a little bit of a think, or just sitting with it for a moment. And if somebody says something to you and or was wondering why, and you're feeling that, it's just just sit with it, because there may be something going on that was obviously with you that you're thinking about, maybe overthinking about it. And so maybe you may have been overthinking about whatever the situation is that is coming up for you. Oh, that's what I forgot to say, is this is for Cancer for the month of April 2021. So for this next month coming up, it's there may be, or actually we're in it now, because it's Jeepers Creepers. It's gone really fast these last couple of weeks. I've lost track of my days. So, and I just want to say that I'm recording this. This is Saturday the 4th of, the 3rd. Saturday the 3rd of April 2021. Okay, just to give you a little bit of a timeline there. So even the fact that I've gone there, it's there's not a rush, but there is, like I say, it's it's there's a sense of getting moving. So there's that energy is moving. So something is moving. And then, so anyway, where are we going? Anyway, so on the first one here, first card out on the mind side, there's absence. So what I'm feeling, there may be an absence of energy that's around you. It could be a person, a pet, or some sort of energy being. If you're thinking about on the spiritual side, there may be some people that are your loved ones that are in spirit that you may be really feeling their absence at the moment. And it's in certain times of the year, like this weekend, it's Easter weekend here in New Zealand that I'm recording this. So, but also there's an absence of of energy, of old stuff for some of you, and around you, and it may be an absence of somebody going away for a holiday even, and and you maybe going another way. So what I'm hearing too is absence there's that saying, it makes the heart grow fonder. It can only make the heart grow fonder, but on saying that, or it could be and or not. So it's a time of what I'm hearing with that phrase coming through, or as and or not, a time of contemplation, of reflection as well. So with this card coming through in here, so there we go. We'll see where that goes. And reaction here is this, this person is, I want to say sad, crying, upset, and that sort of thing. But my first instinct or my first thought was there, but there is a sense of sadness, yes, but there's also a sense of relief, or in the sense of release, in that sense of releasing something that serves you no purpose for your highest good. And also there's a sadness of release in the sense that there is that acceptance and of certain things being absent in your life, or certain people being absent in your life. So it could be that you're moving through a situation where you have there are great changes, and it could be through the loss of a person, as in like a passing. It could be in the loss or the sense of a change in the relationship, where there is like a separation or a divorce, or just or a friendship, or there's like somebody maybe moving away from out of home or something like that. Or there could be that sense of releasing something through leaving a job or a business, or a work of place or something like that, whether it is through choice or not. Some of you, I'm hearing that you've quit your job, and so there's been a process of that releasing in that sort of way, and with a mixture of excitement and a mixture of anxiety and that sort of thing. And also thinking about that melancholy side of thinking about the past, and actually and then that sort of thing, and releasing that and allowing yourself to move forward. So it all depends on our reaction and how we respond to things. So there's a lot of, on a physical level, it's like this, I feel like this is about taking some time, this time, or any time when you hear this video or see this video, it's like, I feel like this is like just taking some time to sit with whatever is going on, meditation, whether that's like sitting and meditating, lying down and meditating, standing up or sitting up and meditating. Like there could be, going for a walk in the park or in the bush, or, a forest walk or something like that, or just going for a walk down the road, whatever it is, to get it, just shifting your energy out of the space. Like say if you've been sitting around home, or sitting in a certain space, and just shifting your energy is enough to break a cycle, begin the beginnings of it, and then continue doing things differently to make a shift or a change in the situation, but to help you also to process it, so you're not stuck in that replay, okay, as you were before. So what I'm hearing here on the spiritual level here is like this is in reverse, the core. So there's something that maybe some of you may be resisting going there, going to the core of whatever is going on with you, and on a deeper level, but even not necessarily a deeper level, but it could be like a level that is like shallow with whatever it is you're working on, knowing that there is something at the core there, but you're getting towards there. So I'm just hearing like for some of you is that you're on your way, on this I want to say a spiritual journey, or looking at things in a spiritual way. So not necessarily, there is an awakening with you. I want to say an awakening, but it kind of feels a little bit corny to say that. But there is something that, some epiphanies that have come to you, that have helped, that have come to me, and you may be pondering and wondering, okay, that may be something that I need to look at within myself, and something has brought you to this place of how you're feeling this absence, or you're reacting, and it's maybe being, for some reasons I feel like it's this is a continuation of a cycle that you've already started, but you're entering into a new cycle, or you're completing or coming to the end of an old cycle, moving and transitioning into a different process or phase of something that you've been working on for a little while. Others of you, there is you're coming to something and it's moving into a completely new one. So then we have connection here. So on a soul level. So I feel like there's been on a soul level, and on a core level, and here there's been, or there will be more as well. Coming into April, because I'm talking as though I'm in April already. So there will be, and there has been you probably feeling a little bit more of a connection to your soul energy, or your soul space is what I'm hearing. They're talking it, but there's that moving into it, and some of you, like I say, will be moving more into that, and some of yous may be having on a different, another level, or another way of looking at it. But some of you may be more just starting to more recognize it, and realizing that actually I'm with this like say work relationships, whether it be romantic, you know, a marriage or something where you're going into or out of, but even like relationships with yourself and with your family, and how that whole dynamics is, and how you look at yourself, and how you have been in your lifetime, and or how they have been in your lifetime, depending on which way you're looking at it, and some of the things, the traits that you have. And you know, and it's just like that whole thing about observing, and then how can I move or shift that. Oh gosh, that was just those 4 cards. So anyway, so we're going on into the Emperor here in the next lot here, in the next row. So this is kind of like the overall energy, or what your guides and, you know, what Spirit are wanting to chat with you about, and to bring to your awareness, and, you know, offer some encouragement and guidance or direction in some way, or just letting you know, giving you a little bit of a heads up, or a you know, or a confirmation about what that could be about, what you're feeling about in that sense. So today, and actually it's just like coming flowing through now, is the working with the energies of the guardians of the light, who have are a collective of energetic beings and energies, who work with a light-based energy. So they're coming through and offering these messages, you know, as with your guides and helpers. So these, I'm hearing like they're talking about guides with a higher vibrational energy that are in the background there, with the guardians of the light coming through as well, to bring in through that energy to raise your vibration as you're moving through this. And so they're just asking your guides as well, so to remember to raise your vibration even in the saddest times, is to, you know, consciously go back there as much as possible, to like expanding your energy out there, so you're not you know, and that kind of helps like us to make that, you know, a shift even, or a slight change in something that we do is better than nothing. So we have the Emperor here. So what I'm hearing from the Emperor, you know, and talking about that, it's like it's making, you know, he's an authoritative figure, but he's in his own power. He knows this is about, I feel like his energy is coming in a bit and talking about in a way kind of like there's that sense of, and he's not being in a harsh way, it's like getting his shit together basically. So he's like pulling all together, all his knowledge, his wisdom and that sort of thing, but he's in his power. So he's leading, and he's a leader sort of an energy, a teacher sort of an energy as well. So, you know, this whole journey is like you is learning and teaching, but by role modeling as well. So I feel like some of you will kind of understand that. So, but the Emperor coming in, he's like sitting on his throne, he's like got all these and I feel like he's bringing through this fire energy for you to help you lift your energy, because he's an action sort of a person. So I'm feeling like he's, you know, he's talking about getting action, he's lifting, he's come to help lift your energy through the mind. So even though there is, and maybe there is an absence, with this absence feeling is there's an absence of energy or a loss of energy, but it's like I'm feeling like he's joined me too, because he's come out on this, like, to shift your perspective and things, because if we don't, we're going to be, or if you don't, you know, the longer you stay there, and you know, into more of a positive attitude, because like, okay, this is not forever, is what I'm, the energy of this, you know, this too will pass, but you've got to give yourself permission to move through or pass through, or, you know, but this is about being in your power, is what I'm hearing. The key words here is about you being in your power, taking authority over your mind and controlling your mind, shifting that mindset from I can't to actually I can. So, and it's like as soon as you hear yourself saying I can't, it's like, okay, yes I can. So get up off the couch, get up out of bed, get up off the seat, or get up out of your head, and, you know, and move, actually start to do it, to shift the energy. It's like, it's like I'm hearing some, you know, but I can't be bothered, but it's like, you know what, be bothered, and then you'll feel the shift in energy, because you're feeling like, because it's like shifting. Or I'm not sure if that will work, but it's like, you know what, I'm going to give it a go anyway. there are certain time things, yes, this your intuition is saying, I'm not sure this will work, and you're going to do it. But I feel like there's a, you'll know where there's a difference when you're actually like trying to, like when you're actually procrastinating. That's the sense that they're getting here. So, that they're giving here. So the Emperor here, yep, he's talking about, bringing through this energy. I feel like he's, giving you a little jiggle on to be in control of your mind, which would be, in control of what's in that sense as being in power of your choices, basically. So there we also have the next card is a Wands card, which is kind of following on with that one. So this is, this is the 4 and this is the 6. So 6 of Wands here. So there's something, about you making a choice where there's something moving on, but that's up to you. You're making a choice to move forward, okay, on a physical level, to, taking action and with something. The High Priestess here brings through like secrets and mysteries and that sort of thing on a spiritual level, but she's also bringing through that moon energy, like I'm hearing with that intuitive side as well. So there's something going on there, a little bit of mystery, but there's also a little bit of newness. So something new is moving, but through there on a spiritual level, it's maybe you're starting to use your intuition and trust your intuition more. If not, that's what it is. But listen to the core, because a lot of us will hear it, feel it, sense it from our core, which is, our solar plexus, or our gut, that gut instinct as well. So there's that sort of thing. So the fact that they're bringing that through for you, that it may be for a lot of you that you will understand that. And maybe that's been a little bit of out of balance with some, emotional stuff going on. However, going back to the soul, that's like connecting, or some of you is reconnecting. But I just actually want to take the re out, because they just want to say connecting with yourself. It's not even about reconnecting, it's just connecting, okay? Because obviously with you, there is something that's going on right now. So if it's like, okay, and some of you, like, you're feeling disconnected, but so it's now connect, okay? Just connect back into that, back into your higher self, your inner self, the God self, the goddess self, whatever that is for you. Because then we have the Queen of Wands, who is in reverse here. So for me, like, she's the Queen of Magic, like, and like the magician of the female magician, but she's, she knows who she is, she knows what she's about, she knows that, taking action, she's very successful in what she wants to do, because she takes action and she does it. Like, she's very, what I'm hearing is like calculated in a way, but not so pedant. Well, there's two things going on, can be, may not be, but the fact is that she takes action. So what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is like getting a plan together and taking action with it. And there's a sense of versatility within there, but it's like you're just, getting things done. So on a soul level, there's something like there may be, you have gone through a time where a sense of procrastination, basically. But I want to turn her around, because it's like, this is about you, turning things around, and like your soul is maybe talking to you about turning things out and connecting back into that energy, that side of you. Even though you're a water sign, that's okay. We all have magic. We all have abilities that we have. The magicianism with all of us, but it's just in different ways and in different times that we would use that, of course. But she's bringing in that energy and asking you, because I'm being drawn to the black cat. So the black cat in this card here talks of, it depicts magic, basically. So not so much black magic as per se, so don't get that in your head, let that get out. So it's like not going, once again, keeping out of your mind. But she's got the sunflower there too, and the sunflower is looking forward a little bit, down, but not down like that. So, but it's like, it's at the forefront there, it's facing forward, but it's in bloom, it's flourishing, and it's like, yep, and it's like it's come to that time, come full bloom around to the, and it's down, but it's ready to go again. Okay, that's what I'm seeing from that. But she's got her wand, so she's, she's sitting in her crown, and I feel like that is you, that is your soul, and saying, look, you've got everything ready, everything is there, stop procrastinating now. It's now time to connect into your power, basically, your energy, and take steps, take the steps to make your dream come true, or make the changes that need to come through. So the Queen of Cups here, she's, and we've got the Nine of Swords here. You know, the Queen of Cups here is, you know, and she's like, she's happy where she is and with her mind there, moving forward, calm, you know, centered there in her throne, you know, with the Emperor there. So she's in control. She's talking about being in control of her emotions there, you know, and not letting, and this is on the physical level here, you know, it's like with the Nine of Swords. So there may be, it's like what I'm hearing is moving through some nightmarish dreams about this. I can't do this and I can't do that, or this might happen, you know, and getting out of your mind and being more in your power. But there's something that's coming to an end with that, because I feel like in your mind you're dealing with some of the emotional stuff that's been happening around you for a lot of you, and you're understanding that now, and I feel like you're more, you know, in your power or in your truth now of who that is, or what has been happening, and your part in it. So it's more of an understanding, and that, you know, that with these unfounded fears basically with the Nine of Swords. So it's like, releasing through that. And then we come into the spiritual level here. So there may be, you know, this is about, there may be something with the Pentacles here, this Seven of Pentacles here, that's like there is something isn't serving you well for your highest good, and you're seeing that now. So it could be like a job, work, business, or whatever, or some sort of financial venture that you've got into that's not serving you now. And so the single one here is like, there may be, you're looking at doing something else, or a change of energy. So the Pentacles could be, you know, it's not just about financial stuff, career and that sort of thing. So it could be a relationship, could be it could be like your relationship with yourself, even like something is not right, I need to change something, so I'm looking for different opportunities to help me to grow or expand my vision, my perspective, the way that I think, be, do and give things, you know. But on the other side of that is there is that, could be that going on, and also, you know, something to do with the rest of the areas of your life will probably be affected, in which, you know, and this is where it's going. It's like a spiritual journey, or a different way of looking at things. So it's like, so like I say, it could be a relationship, work related, you know, career related, and so, you know, it could be anything that you're working on, you know, that's around you, that you're feeling is like you need to, you know, even though this might be working okay, it might be like, okay, I'm over that. I love doing that, but it's like I'm ready to move on and, you know, look for something else to do, or add something, look for something new to do that might add onto it, or something completely new, and, you know, and not do anything of that at all. Because I do feel like some of yous, it may be like for work there, it may be like they're toing and froing with money, purse strings, that sort of thing. So it may be that you know, still do that and do that as well, whatever it is, you know, move into the new opportunity. But for some reason, whatever happens, is there's some form of feeling of fulfillment or celebration, you know, and that celebration in the sense that you're taking the next step. You've figured something out, and you're celebrating because you've taken the next step, and you're able to see more clearly what that's about. So that is the Four of Wands that's coming through there with that. So that's absolutely amazing and beautiful. Now I'll just do see what's coming out. Else is coming up here. For you, there we go. Yep, the Nine of Wands. Oh no, the Eight of Wands here. So this is a now card. For me, eights are more now, like taking steps, taking action into moving into something that's coming through. In your mind, I feel like you start to, you know, realize, you know, get going with something. Like you've got that one there, the Four of taking another step. So, and you're feeling really good about it. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready to take the next step, and like more steps. So it's like you've thrown out all your dreams and whatever it is, and your goals, or, you know, thoughts and ideas and things like that. But now it's like, okay, I'm ready to take more action. There may be a bit of frustration coming in there, because we come into the Five of Wands, and there may be a battle about, you may go in your head or in that space, or physically you may be feeling it like, oh gosh, I wasn't expecting that, or blah blah blah. But this too will pass. Don't let that stop you, because I'm hearing, this one here, the Queen of Swords is coming on the spiritual level here. She's saying, don't let your head get in your way, and mind again, your mind get in the way of it again. Of whatever, but this is about being in your power. So I feel like there may be something about, even with this physical side of this part here, that there is something about like taking charge of things, being in your power, being, in control of your mind, but also being mindful of how you communicate. So on a spiritual level, I feel like this is like bringing out something more of you being more in your power, basically. So in communicating or expressing what it is that you need to express about this, that, or one thing, which could have been the thing that maybe has halted you, which is like, or holding things up, slowing things down to what you thought. But I do feel like there's still movement on saying that. So anyway, we'll see what comes up here. This last card out of this one. Okay, what have we got? This last card on a soul level, spirit. What have we got in here? Oh, it's going to take a little while. So there may be something that, you've been doing. Maybe that would take a little bit longer than you thought. That could be what that card is about. So let me see what's going on here. Okay, there it is. The world. Okay, there we go. The world. So something that comes to an end in that, it's like there is like I feel like with that card coming out, there is like you start to you see the world where you can actually go with it. And there's more that sense of belief, that belief in what you're doing, where you're going more so than what you had before. So even in knowing that actually, even though there was some sort of a hiccup, you could say, it's just a hiccup. So I feel like whatever happens with this hiccup, it just shows you, and when we shift our perspective, or when we just keep doing what we needed to and not seeing it as a complete halt or a stop, and let's turn around and, or let's completely stop it, or this didn't work, or blah, 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 but actually finding a solution to get around it, or changing something, you know what I mean? It's like there's something that's happening, because this world card comes out, and it's like, the world is generally, letting you know that actually things can turn around if we make it so. So the moon here, so there may be a little bit of, energy fluctuation is what I'm hearing with the moon. Can also be the two major arcana cards that are finishing off there. But it's like, I feel like it's don't let all these negative or so-called negative or weird energies, or focus on the energy that's going to propel you forward, rather than the energy that's not going to propel you forward, or the thoughts that come up. So there are listening. I'm also hearing like this is where they're talking about listening to, feeling, noticing the energy levels, the highs and the lows throughout the month, and maybe studying a little bit of that, and like where they go with it is taking notice of what your body is telling you. Okay, no, I want to use these ones, and just to finish off and have a clarify of each row. So it's interesting, because the mind row there is talking about basically which is the Ace of Wands we got here, illumination. So it's like this is like using, it's like there's something, whatever it is putting that idea out or that energy into something, and it will illuminate it. So something has come to light, basically, and there is more direction of, more of an idea now of where you're going, how you're going to do it, what might be happening, for the next steps in the next adventure. On a physical level, the Sage of Wands comes through. Look, the seer here. So it's like you're able to see, where you're going more, and there's something new about, a new step into something new now. So there's two new, like this is a new phase, stepping into a new phase of whatever that illumination is, there. Oh shit, here we go, take that one. The Empress here, so she's all about, success, coming up in the future. She likes to grow things, so she's about fertility, new beginnings as well. So there's something coming up. The Five of Worlds is set back over here with the Five of Worlds. The Five of Worlds in this deck is like the Five of Pentacles, but I just feel the setback is, you know, what I'm feeling from that is like taking a rest, taking a break. So that maybe that you've been like working really over, you know, putting a lot of energy into whatever it is, and with this new beginning, and that that's coming up here on a spiritual level. It's like you're seeing things. And how you can, you know, plant, because you're planting seeds there, more than planting seeds, ideas and things, and you're taking this energy and you're running with it. But this is, I feel like the Five of Wands, the setback could be like, not necessarily the money, financial side of things. That may be a little bit of it, but it may be that you're feeling that you're not seeing it go anywhere yet. But what I'm hearing is like the Empress here is saying this is a new beginning. This is something new. So just, you know, don't overthink it. It's like one step at a time, and that if this is where they're talking about like not giving up, not letting it go, you know, just waiting it out, you know, going through the motions, because there's going to be some amazing nuggets of gold in there as you're moving through. But the setback too, I'm also feeling is like on a soul level. It's you may go really gung ho, but I'm hearing and feeling like this is about you. You know, making sure you take time so you don't, you know, hit the wall basically. Otherwise, you know, you're going to end up taking more time off than you need. So, which is going back to this core here, you know, listening. So there's the learner and the child of crystals. So the child of crystals is the Page of Swords that comes through. So he is like, you know, there's a new beginning in the way that you, or like there's a different way of thinking, in the sense, okay, of thinking basically. It's like in the way that you move, okay, because the way that you're thinking has shifted. So there's a sense of newness in that sense, like, okay, if I, you know, like going back to this one, what you're learning from that is just like, you know, your perspective in things, or with things, and how you think about things, and how you communicate about things, but also this new sense of being in your own power through the learning of what you've received, because you've taken you know, all of what's been happening through life, and you've been bringing together, and there's a new beginning in a way of how you do things. So I wouldn't be surprised for a lot of you that there are some new projects that are coming that maybe you've put on the back burner for a little while, and things may have been seeming like really slow to move, or really higgledy-piggledy, but there's been a sorting out in a way in between of, you know, pulling through that one. No, that's not, and how am I going to pull it together? That's that one of the feeling that I'm getting there. So anyway, there's a lot of that going on, and like I say, this is for a lot of you, it'll be encompass like one or two things, yeah, generally, or maybe just one thing generally in your life, but it's going to be an overall thing, because it's like it can't help but not be like you're going to change things that are in all areas of your life, because there's a spark that's come up, and whatever it is for you, it's like, and wherever you are with things, with this side of things or not, or something in your life, there's going to be a little bit of a shift there, and it's like, it'll be so amazing, I'm sure of it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you, Cancer, and we'll get back to you next week, or probably the week, or possibly the week after, with an interim read, just to like help, you know, give you a little bit more information in between these monthly reads. Anyway, bye for now. Have a wonderful April, and also happy Easter. Okay, bye for now.